Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
At the recent Board of County Commissioners meeting, discussion was had regarding the termination of the Memorandum of Understanding between Clark and Nye County for the Storm Area 51 event. Commissioner Wickman makes a motion to terminate the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, and Sheriff Sharon Worley comes up to speak in response to that.
Area 51 was the catalyst that brought this to the forefront. Years ago, we did have a MOU with Clark County. It went away a long time ago. I didn't really have a copy of it. At the time that the Area 51 came up, this MOU was shipped to me and said, do you have a copy of this MOU, because you really need it overall, not just for Area 51. And I said, no, I don't have one. And they said, well, this is what the MOU will do for you. Up until this time, every time I need to call for specific items, and I believe the last one I called for was Metro Armor, which takes care of explosives, and Metro Hazmat, which takes care of, it took care of the last PCP, 100 pounds of PCP that we had on the property, and also help with the cleanup for that. I had to get a hold of Sheriff Lombardo, personally, sheriff to sheriff. Doesn't happen any other way. Well, with this MOU, I don't have to do that any longer.
The sheriff gives an example by going back to a flood we once had in which she had to call Metro's sheriff, Sheriff Joseph Lombardo, to see if he could allow the sending of others to come help. With the MOU, however, she wouldn't have to call Lombardo and instead just call straight to their search and rescue team to come and help, and they'd be on their way. Commissioner Wickman asks if the current MOU in hand would need to come back for any sort of amendments, since its main concern at the time was Area 51. But when the sheriff responds no and states, we didn't write it for Area 51, rewrote it the same way Lincoln County's MOU was written, Commissioner Wickman withdraws her motion. Sheriff Worley explains the MOU further.
And it's done the same way. Lombardo calls me, he'll have the President of the United States coming in, he doesn't have enough people, and he has asked me on several occasions, can you give me 6 folks? And I said yes. MOU is not only for us to call for help from Clark County, it's also for Clark County to call help from us, and we do provide them with help on a regular basis.
Commissioner Strickland makes a motion to keep in place the MOU with the intent to modify the document to reflect our current needs. Commissioner Blundo voices his concerns about the MOU and gives an example of his concern, being Metro giving speeding tickets to Nye County citizens.
That isn't going to happen.
I hope not, but yeah, I need to have trust. But there's also a level of bureaucracy, and I have to be able to draw that line in policy. So
well, the line is already written in this MOU. They don't show up unless I ask them. Now we have grants that work in grants, which are interagency grants, where we do work with them and we do invite them out here.
The chairman calls for the vote.
Call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Unanimous. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Thank you.